Just welcome everyone to the class. We're super glad that you're here tonight, and we're super glad that you chose to spend another Wednesday at 5 p.m. doing a quick educational tutorial with us. My name is Angela Lehman, and I am the daughter of our founding mother, Deborah Lehman, who I'm going to introduce here in just a second. So love that you are commenting in on the comments. While you're doing that, will you share who you are, who invited you, and one thing you hope to learn? This is actually our first giveaway, so we'd love to get the chat going with some of your responses. Who are you? Who invited you? And one thing you hope to learn tonight. We know that your time is precious, and we're going to share some content with you tonight that can be completed within the hour. We do record these and then put them on YouTube, so you can come back to it later if you get interrupted. Or if you are watching this in the Facebook group called LWN Lifestyle, welcome. You are on our team, you are a member, you may be inactive, but you may hear something tonight that may cause you to want to reactivate with your sponsor and enroller. So all you need to do that is reach out to them. We'll talk more about that at the end of the call. And if you're brand new to Young Living, welcome. We're super glad to be giving you this information as well. This has been a life-changing journey for us. As I introduced at the beginning, my mom, Deborah Lehman, got us all started because of her experience with oils a long, long time ago. And Deborah, without further ado, I think I'll just preface this by saying when we started with oils, you were closer to my age and starting to think about perimenopause. And at 40, somebody just had to remind me this month, I'm 43. I kept calling myself 42, but I am truly 43 years old now. And I was thinking, okay, it's probably time for me to pull out some of those health promoting blends that will help my body function better. I do use some of the supplements. You'll hear me share about those tonight as well. But we're going to just do a broad brush stroke because during certain stages in our lives, such as puberty or pregnancy, even perimenopause or menopause, hormones influence the health of our bodies and our minds and emotions every single day, regardless of what stage we're in. So Deborah, can you take it from there and just tell us a little bit about how you got started tonight and why EndoFlex was kind of your gateway oil to healthier living that kind of broke open this huge revolution, truly this huge movement of living a healthier, wealthier life?
Well, first of all, I'm happy to be on this call. It is great to see smiling faces. I love this topic. This would be a topic I would do a fireside chat with. Just listening to women talk about their hormone journeys, quite a journey we all are on as women. And I need you to know that before Young Living, I had a commitment to being naturally minded. When Ange was 5, Andy was 3, 2.5, and Aaron was a baby, a nursing mom, my body was depleted. And so I knew that I needed to take some action as a young mom of 3 kids and chose to go the naturally minded way. In addition to all of the things of good food and good sleep and exercise and so forth, was also adding supplementation to my lifestyle. So when it came around to the perimenopause time of my life, I was looking for alternatives. That's been my lifestyle, is alternatives. What's an alternative? Deborah, what can you look at next, Deborah? And so for me, I chose to listen to a woman in my life to say, I have an oil for that. And I said, I'm listening. Because at the time, and Angela, I was in my 50s, so you have a ways to go yet. But women, seriously, women start the perimenopause stage of their lives all different ages. Some women do start that in their 40s. So again, no different strokes for different folks, for different women. And so for me, it was being a school counselor in the public school system and being in the teacher's lounge and listening to all the women talk about their hormone journey. And it was like, oh my, not choosing to sign up for this class. And so again, you know me, palms open, God, what's next in my life. And so when Rebecca said, I have an oil for that, I'm like, I am listening. And so that became important to me on the journey. And at that time, there was no Progestin Plus. So it was EndoFlex. And EndoFlex was putting on my pulse points. And for me, getting started, being a new user of Young Living oils, now this was back in 2006, so almost 14 years ago, she told me to put it on my pulse points, so my wrists, also inside my thighs, my ovary area. Those were places that I put the EndoFlex, and as needed. So, you know, hey, what's as needed? Well, if you're having some of the symptoms that come with it, sleep issues, you might have hot flashes, different things that we talk about in that realm. What are things that you're experiencing? So she said, use the oil as needed. So that was my journey. What was interesting, and I don't know if Andrea's on yet, but what was interesting about EndoFlex, Andrea, you can talk about this, but Andrea would miss school with very bad menstrual cramps. And so, are you on?
I'm on.
Do you remember that? And so you did the EndoFlex journey with me. And so I think that's the neat part, is it doesn't matter what stage of you are in your cycle of life, that oils can be helpful in that part in your time. And so for me, it's also been an awesome journey right now. 14 years later, I am menopausal and feeling so healthy and so grateful. And now we have Progestin Plus. We know that putting it on the carotid artery area is very important too. And so again, the wealth of information that's out there, I am so blessed. And so as you all are on and working on this topic in your own life, whether it's menstrual cramps, whether it's ovulation, whether it's all of the things, PMS, I love to chat about PMS because that is a big topic. Really,
you go into sex and we're done, Deborah. Okay, I'm just gonna cut you off. All right, I love that you love PMS. Not so much this girl. Okay, not so much her daughter.
Well,
so that's so good, Deborah.
But PMS, so that's not part of my life now, but it is for the women in my life, and so it's fun to listen to
fun,
daughter
fun,
and the daughter-in-laws, you know, as they go to the stage. So anyway, we choose right now, and as I segue back to Ange, we choose for you to know there's so many opportunities out there, so many wellness products with Young Living, lifestyle choices, all the things. And so I'm grateful for Rebecca and how she started me off on this journey. And it is continuing to be a learning journey.
Awesome. Thanks, Deborah. I'm just joking. That's a daughter talking to a mom. Did anybody else be a little bit weirded out by their mom talking about stuff like that too? Am I alone? Okay. All right. So we're going to follow along with a little presentation tonight, a script that actually comes, it's a paid subscription we have to a group called Grow Workspace. You can also become a paid subscriber of Grow and pull this same information. We are going to insert some of our own testimonials like we just heard from Deborah. To keep it rolling, I'm just going to stick to the script and stick to the presentation just so you get some good general information in addition to the testimonials that we've prepared for you tonight. So let me go up to the top here and just share from the very beginning. Let's see, I don't want to be in slideshow, so let me figure out how to make this stop. Hold on. Okay. All right, so as we're getting started right now, just be clear, some of you, maybe this is your first experience with Young Living. We want to tell you very clearly that we are teachers by trade, not doctors and not health professionals. So we're not going to talk about diagnosing, treating, or curing any of your illnesses. We're going to give you some general advice about what we have found to be helpful and some recommended dosages and things like that on our supplement labels, from our supplement labels, but we highly encourage you to make this part of your research journey alongside your health practitioner so that you can make the best educated decisions for yourself. Just so you know, quality matters in the Young Living community. Young Living monitors every process in their plant-based products from seed all the way to the seal on the bottle. The company abides by very strict guidelines to fulfill the seed to seal promise. The seed to seal promise is important because it ensures the top-notch quality and effectiveness of each product. So it's super important to realize that this is not your buy it in bulk off of the Costco line kind of supplement. This is a supplement. The supplements that we're going to talk about tonight, most of have essential oils in them to make the product more bioavailable in your body, to make it more effective. And by Young Living owning their own farms and requiring their sister or partner farms to abide by strict guidelines of starting with the best seeds, using no harmful chemicals, hand weeding their fields, harvesting at peak times, distilling on site in most locations, and testing minimally 3 times before sending products off to us, they are giving us products of the highest quality, making them more effective when we use them. Now, quickly to just make sure we're starting in a baseline kind of understanding of usage and safety of oils, especially these. I'm going to make suggestions for oils and products you can use every day to support your wellness and get a little self-care. Before we dive into specific, let's talk about usage and safety. Obviously, for supplements, follow the directions on each individual supplement package for proper safety and usage. If you choose to go off of that, that's on your decision making, like I said earlier. If you are pregnant and nursing, you have to remember that companies usually err on the side of caution. So you'll find those caution labels on our Progestin Plus, for example. It's your responsibility to look up those ingredients and make your own decision as if you feel comfortable using any product based on your health. The women that we have giving their testimonials tonight have done that for themselves. So you've got to take that with a grain of salt as you make the decisions based on your individual needs. Some quick oil safety usage. Number 1, when using pure essential oils, be sure to dilute with a carrier oil. Now, people who are just getting started wouldn't maybe, again, this is a thieves roll-on. It's got some carrier oil in it, so I can put it directly on my skin and I don't have any response to it. But sometimes our hotter oils will cause the skin to be red, and so you want to use a coconut oil or an olive oil, something, not a water to wipe it off if it's too hot for your skin. You want to use a carrier oil to dilute it. So if you have any redness or reactions kind of seeming to any of the products that you're putting on your skin, definitely use a carrier oil to dilute those. Also, do not put oils in your ears or in your eyes. In fact, we like to joke, and this is a women's class, I'm going to say very clearly, don't put them in your holes, people. Oils don't go in your holes. And number 3, follow the directions on your label.
Oh my gosh,
I know,
daughter.
now my mom's going to be
I love it.
Wait a second. Maybe it's not compliant to say so, but I know of many people who have put diluted oils
in their holes.
In their hole. Just needed to say that. Okay.
Well, and we will have an oil testimonials night coming up in June, right? For some of those underground stories that we can't normally say. So we can share more about that in person if you have questions. And I would be one that would have that story as well. Also, you can be clear about using essential oils topically, aromatically, like from your diffuser. You can see I have the Desert Mist behind me. You can put it on diffuser jewelry. I have a leather bracelet that I put essential oils on. Also cork earrings that I can put oils on as well. And you can also take essential oils internally. Those are labeled with a white label. They're called Vitality oils. This happens to be tangerine. So in a glass water, I can put a drop of tangerine oil. It doesn't mix well, but it'll add a little flavor and also detoxifying flavor to my water. So let's just jump into the hormone definition from the script. In order to understand your body and its needs, it's helpful to understand how your body works. A healthy endocrine system equals healthy moods, skin, bowels, and more. So let's dive in. If you have not watched Connie McDaniel's video that I shared in the lifestyle group earlier today, it's a YouTube link. Definitely go back and check that out. She has some really good things to say, especially about that bowel part and the pooping part of having a healthy hormone system. Andrea, I know you're cleansing this week, so this is a really good topic for you as well. But just to be clear, your endocrine system is comprised of all of the glands in your body that produce hormones, including your thyroid, pancreas, and for women, your ovaries. Hormones are like little chemical messengers in your body that regulate metabolism, growth and development, tissue function, sexual function, reproduction, sleep, and mood, among other things. The messengers are produced by the glands and secreted directly into your circulatory system to achieve homeostasis or balance. When our hormones are out of balance, it can contribute to migraines, insomnia, weak bones, weight gain, hot flashes, mood swings, infertility, and low libido, to name just a few. Hormonal balance can also affect the ways that we handle stress. Over time, these hormone imbalances can lead to rapid aging and increase the risk of disease. Your body is constantly working on the difficult task of keeping your system in balance. Stress, poor diet and food choices, inadequate sleep, synthetic hormones, genetic factors, and less active lifestyles can all throw hormones out of whack and create health problems. But there is good news. Young Living has some essential oils and other products to support your body in this delicate balancing act. So that's just a little bit about what hormones are. I want to go back and let Andrea, my beautiful sister-in-law, who Mom called out earlier, announce our first winner. And then she's also going to ask our second question to help us make the transition into our second giveaway, which tonight we're giving away $20 product credits. So all you have to do to be entered to win is comment on our questions.
Okay, so our first winner is Anitra Maureen. Congratulations, Anitra. And our second question is, what is one thing you learned about hormones? One thing you've learned about hormones. Go ahead and put it in the chat right now, and we'll draw that next winner next time around.
Awesome.
Back to you.
Thanks. So the first supplement I want to talk about, I'm going to give you a little bit of background on Thyromen, and then I'm going to ask my sweet friend Sonia Gibson to tell us a little bit about her thyroid story and where she's at in her health journey. But let's first of all focus on this supplement. Thyromen helps maximize nutritional support for healthy thyroid function. The thyroid gland regulates body metabolism, energy, and body temperature. It controls calorie burning and even your heart rate. What if one little pill could support your body so you feel energized and balanced, or maintain that healthy weight you have worked so hard for? You can be proactive in supporting your thyroid. This supplement contains iodine and the porcine glandular extracts, L-cysteine and L-cysteine, which your thyroid needs to create hormones. By consuming this supplement and having a healthy lifestyle, you can support both your metabolism and your thyroid. It also contains 4 essential oils that help increase the body's ability to absorb the supplement. The essential oils in this supplement and their roles in supporting your body systems are, first of all, spearmint, provides digestive system and respiratory support. Peppermint provides digestive support by supporting healthy intestinal function and gastrointestinal comfort. It also supports the nervous and respiratory systems, as well as healthy muscles, bones, and skin. Wow, peppermint's a powerhouse, right? Myrtle supports the respiratory system and promotes healthy skin and hair. It has been researched for its effects on supporting glandular balance. And myrrh is a very powerful antioxidant and may support healthy skin. So I'm going to ask Sonia to come live because she has a unique situation. I'm going to stop my sharing for a minute. She has a unique situation that she has intentionally worked out the last couple of years. And we were having a great chat this morning about manifesting a new reality, manifesting a new state of being for her. So she's going to tell you a little bit about that tonight. Sonia, thanks for being on with us.
Thank you so much for asking me, because this is really important for people to hear. Being that I was diagnosed with Graves' disease and Hashimoto's, and I was actually in a very toxic state whenever we finally figured it out. It wasn't maybe too late, but at the moment I was actually it was like a crisis. So I needed to get on some medication to make sure that my levels would drop. So I did that. But during that time, I had a heart rate of 130, which is like running marathons while I was sitting in my chair at work. I was losing weight and eating all I wanted, which, you know, a lot of you would be like, ooh, that's great. I was shaking, obviously, because I was working out in my chair. I was really hot all the time. I was losing my hair. What else? Memory loss. Anyway, I was miserable. I just could not get comfortable, and I was really irritable. And my husband was like, what's wrong with my wife? She's usually very strong and able to go places, and all I wanted to do was sleep. So anyway, once we found out that was what was going on, they started to fix me. But what I want to say to you is what I found out after. I had to get my thyroid out, but if I had known all of the things that I know today, maybe I wouldn't have to have that thyroid out. So that's why I want to talk to you. I want to say to you that what happens with you, it matters. I want you to know how valuable you are, that doing self-help is crucial. What you eat is crucial. Just like we talked about the how do you say that? How do you say that word? Thyroid. Anyway, that supplement we just spoke about, I mean, think about it. A lot of it had to do with digestive system stuff. But what I found out after my thyroid was out is that the thyroid actually manifests things that we haven't dealt with. So like unresolved grief, unspoken words that we need to say. And I can tell you, a lot of people that know me know that when I would get frustrated or upset or, you know, mad, I would shut off. Like I wouldn't speak. And they knew that's when I was mad. Well, if I had spoken my words, if I had done some self-help, I may have gotten to the point where it wouldn't have manifested in my thyroid. So do yourself a favor. Use the EndoFlex. use the multiple oils out there that maybe come up on your scan for your endocrine system. It's crucial to feel good. And I mean, we just talked about how many things that one thing your thyroid does. It does a lot. It regulates a lot of things. Your skin, your nails.
And one of the things I'm really grateful to you for sharing that, Sonia, is that a lot of women on this call probably can relate because they either know somebody or they are struggling with some of those same symptoms and that up and down thyroid function. And of course, you were in good counsel from a doctor and helping make that decision for yourself. And you were still continuing to use the Young Living products that made you, that gave you boosts of energy like Ningxia Red and MindWise and some of that. I mean, I know we've talked about Super B a lot, and we're going to, talk about that later too. So I just feel like people, again, it doesn't, just because you don't have your thyroid doesn't mean you can't still do things to support your healthy endocrine system now, right? That would.
Yeah, I encourage it. And, because if I had known before, again, it would have probably made a big difference. And so I know a wonderful facilitator that does AFT. It's aroma freedom technique. And I can tell you, it has made a huge difference in my life. And once I got my thyroid out, the reason I know about this unspoken words and unresolved grief is when I got my thyroid out, things were coming out of my mouth freely. And I don't mean in a bad way, but my husband was like, wow, she's speaking her mind. Like, so it wasn't a bad thing. I wasn't rude. It was just, wow, how amazing it is to know, like, we just need to be able to do that. Be free in that. Know that you're worthy of that. Allow yourself freedom to heal and to focus on you. You're amazing. Don't forget that, how beautiful you are. So
preach it, sister. You're the sweetest. Thank you, Sonia, for sharing that. It was awesome. Thank you. And I know somebody on this call needed to hear that message of enoughness tonight, for sure. For sure. So let's talk about a few more products. Cortistop is the next one we want to talk about. This supplement. Again, you can go into our files, our units, in and find a lot more information about these particular supplements. I'm just going to gloss over them tonight. Cortistop is tells it all in the name. Cortisol is a hormone produced by the adrenal gland in response to stress and low blood sugar. When you want to support a healthy amount of cortisol in your body, you reach for Cortistop. You remember the fight or flight survival response. This hormone is there to help you survive, and it is important. Nevertheless, if it is produced and released too often, it can be harmful to your body. So you can experience feelings of fatigue, difficulty maintaining a healthy weight, and difficulty maintaining optimal health of cardiovascular systems. This supplement in particular is going to support your body in maintaining natural balance and harmony. It's also designed to aid female glandular systems. So wake up feeling more rested and less on edge, maintain your desired weight, feel more emotionally balanced and able to take on whatever life might throw at you next. It has the oils in it of fennel, peppermint, clary sage, Canadian fleabane, and also frankincense. Take 2 capsules, it says in the morning before breakfast. And if you choose, take 2 extra capsules before retiring at night. Use daily for 8 weeks and then discontinue use for 2 to 4 weeks. So a lot of the products that we're talking about tonight should be used cyclically. So do pay attention to those recommended dosages. Cortistop is one that I just take 2, usually after 7 o'clock at night, between 7 and 9 at night, as part of my evening routine. So not every time. Like I'll get 1 bottle and use it, and then I won't order it for a month, and then I'll do it another time. Okay, so that's how I use it. Deborah?
And I want to jump in here a minute on Cortistop. This also is very supportive of our adrenal system. With stress, you mentioned Super B. When your stress levels are high, Cortistop is an amazing product. If some of you haven't tried it, put it into your regimen. And we always say try something for 90 days to see if that's something that added to your supplement plan makes a difference or not.
Awesome. The next product I'm going to tell you about is Doge Eyes, but I've actually asked Andre to help me with this one because this just came out on the discontinued list today from Young Living. Not because it's not a great product, but because we have several products that do similar things to Doge Eyes. And so we started looking at some of the other options that are out there to maybe substitute. If you can still order Doge Eyes. It was just in this afternoon. I checked when I was working on this earlier. So you can still order this particular product, but if you're looking for a substitute, there are several options available as well.
Hi. Hello. Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about it since it's still available. Let's do that, and then let's talk about what they're recommending as another product to take its place. I personally wouldn't say that it's a direct replacement for this, but there are other products that are. So we'll talk a little bit about that too. So the big thing with Doge Eyes is that it supports the endocrine system of females, although it can also be used for guys. There's nothing in it, no reason that it can't be used by males as well. And DHEA is the big thing in this one, and I'll talk about what other products are in DHEA. But basically our DHEA goes down, it kind of spikes around the age 20, 25, and then it goes down. And so a woman who's 80 years old only has about 10% of the DHEA that a woman of 20 to 25 has. You need this hormone because it produces over 50 other hormones. So that's huge. One thing to be careful of with DHEA, taking DHEA supplements, is if you had breast cancer or have breast cancer in your family that's the estrogen kind of breast cancer, you would want to avoid any supplements that have DHEA in it. Other than that, it is a fantastic supplement to help support hormones as we age. And it's really important for us to continue to pay attention to our hormones as we age, because so many of our emotional things, I mean, you already heard it, but so many of the emotional things we're going through, mood things, are related right back to hormones just being out of balance. Young Living has so many different products, and sometimes it can be kind of overwhelming. So just know that this one, if you are, I would say, 40 or up, this might be one to look into to help support those DHEA levels. What's next? And do you want me to talk about?
I'm also going to throw in, so the recommended product in place of Doge would be the Power Eyes product that came out a few years ago. A lot of men have been promoting, or there was a lot of push to promote men using Power Eyes at the beginning when it first came out. But it actually, because of the DHEA in it, I've been known to take it during workouts and things like that. So it may be one for you to look into as well. We also have had some great testimonials in our group recently about Prenolone Plus, as well as PD8020. Those are two other products with DHEA in them from Young Living. But again, please read the labels and please understand what you're getting yourself into should you choose to take one of these supplements to support those levels. One of the recommendations from another leader said that you may see changes in your menstrual cycle because of changing up your DHEA levels. These are pro-hormone. It's a sign that there was a radical change in your hormones, but again, these products should be cycled. So take for 28 days and then stop for 14. And so just be aware of what you're doing. And that's why we said to consult with a health professional, somebody that you're working with, especially if you are dealing with hormone replacement therapies or other things going on with your body as well. Anything else, Andrea, that you would add to that?
Yeah, well, with the Power Eyes, I mean, I think Eyes, just because it's helping regulate hormones and stuff, it's going to help promote energy. The Power Eyes actually doesn't have any DHEA in it, so it's not one that you need to avoid if you have estrogen receptive cancer in your family. Power Eyes, the big thing with Power Eyes is like the ashwagandha root, which helps with energy, also helps with libido, male and female. I've heard some pretty interesting stories of Power Eyes changing things up for a married couple. So that one might be one that you want to look into if libido is a concern, but also if you're working out and you're looking for more energy for working out. In terms of
yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so in terms of replacement for Eyes, because of the DHEA, there's two products. I think we probably have slides on them coming up. We have PD8020 or no? Okay, so let's just talk about these really quickly. So PD8020 is a product that's made up of pregnenolone and DHEA. Pregnenolone is the master hormone. Okay, it's a steroid hormone which creates all of the other hormones. So if you're low in things like estrogen and progesterone or DHEA, things like that, pregnenolone is what is going to help to create more of those other hormones. So PD8020 would be one to go to. What am I spelling? Pregnenolone? Somebody's asking. Pregnenolone is Pregnelone, I think. Anyway, so PD8020 would be one to go to if you want to get the DHEA. Another product you could go to would be Prenolone, the Prenolone cream, Prenolone Plus, because that is basically just pregnenolone. Right? Once again, pregnenolone being the master hormone that creates everything else. So the Prenolone Plus is going to help your body to naturally create more DHEA if it needs it. It's going to help your body to create more progesterone if it needs it, or more estrogen, or more testosterone if it needs it. So I'll tell you this, if I was dealing with some stuff and I knew I had some low hormones, I would be trying personally the Prenolone Plus. And then if I'm not getting the results I want with the Prenolone Plus, then I would try PD8020. And if you're just low on progesterone, it's the Progestin Plus. You're just going to go to Progestin Plus. Prenolone and Progestin's two different things, right? The Progestin Plus is just progesterone. Prenolone Plus, master hormone that's going to help fill in the gaps on hormones that you need everywhere. So
that was awesome. You rock. Thank you. Thank you for that. Let's talk a little bit about actually, let's do a giveaway. Do we have a winner from the last time?
We do not have a winner. Can you do the next thing and I will choose?
Yep, I sure will.
Slack it on the job.
I know, it's all good. I asked you to do two things at once. You got this. All right, let's talk about Remagen, which is another supplement that, let's see, is formulated with herbs and amino acids that may support female health. It contains wild yam, dong quai, black cohosh, damiana, and epimedium, black and blue cohosh, and all of these herbs contain phytoestrogens. Phytoestrogens are dietary estrogens that occur naturally in compounds found in plants. And these dietary estrogens support your body's own estrogen levels. Estrogen helps bring about physical changes that occur during puberty. It also helps control the menstrual cycle and is important for childbearing. It also keeps cholesterol under control and protects bone health for both women and men. It also affects your brain, mood, bones, heart, skin, and other tissues. There are 4 essential oils in this supplement as well: fennel, clary sage, sage, and ylang ylang. The oils also help make this supplement function better due to more bioavailability. I had a menopausal friend who told me she would never let herself run out of Remagen again. If you have a testimonial similar to that, you can throw that in the chat and let us know about what Remagen has done for you. Andrea, do we have a winner?
We have a winner. And the winner is Bernie, who said it affects weight. Hormones affect weight. So Bernie, I just need your last name. If you can put that in the chat, and we'll get your, what are they winning? I don't even know.
$20 product credit.
We'll get your $20 product credit to you.
Awesome. Andrea, would you post in the chat your info quickly about the 2 products? That would be awesome.
PD8020 and Prenolone Plus.
Sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I did do a check today of the virtual office because I didn't want to promote products that were out of stock. So everything we've talked about so far has been in stock. And although Doge Eyes is on its way out as a discontinued item, so do be aware of that. All right, so question number 3. I don't remember what is one thing in your life that adds occasional stress? What's one thing in your life that adds occasional stress? Okay, let's talk next about Progestin Plus Serum. And Marion, thank you so much for being on the call. This is where, after I do just a little bit of intro about Progestin Plus, I'll stop sharing and then I want you to come live. I'll do a quick introduction of you. I just wanted to give you a little heads up that was coming. This serum, Progestin Plus, was a life changer when it showed up several years ago. It was created by Dr. Dan Purser along with Gary Young. They worked together to promote and create this product. Sometimes we call it Pro Plus. Sometimes we just call it a miracle in a bottle. I'm just kidding. We don't really call it that because we don't want to promote claims. Okay. But just so you know, progesterone is a hormone that is produced in the body. It regulates the menstrual cycle and it's crucial for pregnancy. You also need progesterone to have a healthy libido. As you age, you have a natural decrease in progesterone production too. So this product can be very beneficial when you are starting a family or after 30 years of age. I want you to note that USP grade progesterone is not the same as progestins, which are synthetic versions of progesterone sold by pharmaceutical companies. So we're talking about USP grade progesterone as opposed to progestins. Taking synthetic hormones may not be the best thing for you. You've got to do your research and decide along with a healthcare professional. This is a topic worth researching. The USP grade progesterone in Progestin Plus Serum is natural from wild yam extract. Progestin Plus is formulated specifically for women. It contains copaiba, sacred frankincense, cedarwood, bergamot, peppermint, and clove essential oils, all of which are calming and grounding and ideal for women who want to feel more relaxed and balanced. Some of us have been known to put the roller tops, those aroma fitments, on our Progestin bottles and just have it at the ready for all the pulse points, right? All the places. I'm going to have Marion, so I'll stop my share. I'm going to have Marion Bartlett come live. She tells an incredible story. She's going to tell it the best she can without breaking any FDA rules, but she is has a beautiful story about Progestin Plus and about her own health journey through Young Living lifestyle.
Okay, I am here. Can everyone hear me? Hi, everyone. So I'm Marion. I have been using Young Living products for almost 5 years, I think. And last year, around this time, I listened to a gentleman named Dr. Purser. If he's not on your list of people that you listen to for any kind of health advice, put him on there. But Dr. Purser is actually the man who, with Gary Young, I believe, developed Progestin Plus. And he talked about something that spoke to me because I have lived with very painful cycles ever since I was a teenager. And when we were dealing with infertility, I was diagnosed with endometriosis. Because my endometriosis tends to grow on my ovaries, not only do I have like super painful cycles, but I have pain all throughout the month and a lot of pain during ovulation. When I was a teenager, I thought I was ovulating and I had appendicitis. Guys, it feels the same to me. And I had been using Progestin Plus, but just to support my menstrual cycle. You know how just when our hormones dip before our period, then PMS will happen and menstrual migraines and all these things. And when you level that out a little bit, it feels better. But Dr. Purser talked about the amount that someone with endometriosis would be using, and he recommended using 200 milligrams of progesterone every single day. And I obviously hadn't been doing that because that's quite a bit. And he had several forms he recommended. You could be getting it at a compounding pharmacy, not a regular one. You probably need a naturopath to prescribe that. I have a naturopath and she would be able to prescribe that. He also talked about a product called Progest Avail that you can even order on Amazon. And then he talked about Progestin Plus. And so I had been using Progestin Plus already. So what I did is I upped my dosage. So now the thing with that is when you use that much progesterone, you have to use it in the evening or you're going to be really, really tired. It makes you sleep good, which is great, right? But so that's been a huge game changer for me, upping my progesterone to that amount. I also had to learn though to make sure I stay away from estrogen, and I had already been doing that, but I'm more vigilant about it now. I don't eat anything with soy or drink anything with soy because that's estrogen heavy. I cut out all the plastic of our home and will only really have my food as much as I can. I mean, some of my food is packaged in plastic, but I've really tried to get rid of plastic because it's estrogen heavy. And the other thing that I would say that makes a big difference is lots of sleep. I know that sounds a little crazy, but I feel like sleep impacts my hormones a lot. And especially if in the second part of my cycle, I go without sleeping too much, my PMS is worse and my endometriosis will actually hurt. I'm to a point now, guys, where my cycle will surprise me. And I've never had that happen because I could tell days ahead of time when this would be coming. I think the other game changer was starting to use CBD. So that really helps. And because it helps with everything. So that helps a lot, but definitely 200 milligrams of progesterone, light game changer. The only thing that I would give as a caveat is I use that every day. I believe if you're wanting to conceive, you should not do that until the second part of your cycle because it can actually kind of inhibit your ovulation when you use that much of it. And if you up it even more, you may not even get a period. So if you're wanting to cut out your period, that could be a thing to do, I guess. But just some things that Dr. Purser mentioned. So be aware of where you are in life and what your goals are. I'm not trying to get pregnant, so it doesn't bother me.
And you have a beautiful family, Marion. Thank you so much for sharing that. One
question we had: how are you taking it? Are you applying it on your skin? Are you taking it sublingually? What are you doing?
Yes, and because it's such a large amount, I rotate it quite a bit. I do it on my ankles, behind my knees, the forearms, your inner thighs, even like in your genital area. So just because it is a lot, you have to kind of find a way to put it. I put 8 drops because that's what Dr. Purser recommended. That will get you through that amount when you do the math. So that's a lot of oil to rub everywhere.
That's awesome. I so appreciate, and I appreciate you saying the other pieces too. In the same way that Sonia talked about the emotional component, I feel like you talking about the plastic and the soy and really understanding this journey with a naturopath and really educating yourself about what's going on with your body. Guys, that's the bottom line with this, right? Like to know our bodies well enough to know when something's not right or it's off somehow. So thank you, Marion, for sharing that. I know that a lot of people needed to hear that story tonight. And I get chills every time you share it, to be really honest with you. So thank you.
And Angela, I think that Marion's story, Sonia's story, so powerful because we are in charge of our own health and how we're doing that work. It goes beyond ourselves. As a lot of you know, I like to follow Christiane Northrup, and she talks about the work you're doing now for yourself affects the women that have gone before you and the women that are coming after you. So how you are modeling that and taking charge of your own health and doing your own research is huge. So appreciate your vulnerable sharing tonight. Amazing.
I'm going to spend the next 6 minutes going through some oils that you can use to support your endocrine system. Those are kind of the ones that we sort of led with are the big heavy hitters, and these essential oils are really awesome as well for balancing. Remember, we talked about how essential oils bring our bodies to homeostasis. They're smart. So the oils that we're going to talk about are going to have some different focuses, and it may be that one you haven't tried yet, and you have because you got it for free and you don't know what to do with it. We're going to talk a little bit about those, and then we'll wrap up with one more question before the end of our call tonight. So let me make sure you guys can see this. Let me move this around. Okay. All right, so some powerhouse oils that can complement the supplements that are supporting your endocrine system for happy hormones. Dragon Thyme is perfect for that time of the month, is only available through Young Living. This is a blend. Your partner, friends, coworkers, and everyone else you will cross paths with will thank you for using this. No more Dragon Lady nicknames every month when you use Dragon Thyme. Dragon Thyme also comes in a bath and shower gel as well. So that may be one that you want to have in your teenager shower. Oh, is that just me? Okay, so Dragon Thyme. Also, it has fennel, clary sage, marjoram, lavender, blue yarrow, and jasmine. You can look all of this up online. It can be recommended for both young and mature women and can be applied directly to your abdomen, lower back, and other areas for a soothing effect before and during your menstrual cycle. It's also great to diffuse to get you in the mood before being intimate. That's Dragon Thyme blend. Also, clary sage has been used by women for centuries. In the past 10 years, there have been many scientific studies confirming its amazing qualities. So you can Google that and you will be shocked. It has an earthy and herbaceous smell with floral and slightly fruity undertones. When we first visited the Young Living farm in Mona, Utah, I danced around in this purple field of flowers and I was like, yay, look at the lavender. And then somebody was like, that's clary sage. I was like, oh, no wonder I feel so good, right? Like as a woman dancing around in the purple flowers. Lady Sclerol is another proprietary blend from Young Living. Created specifically for women and contains jasmine, bergamot, geranium, orange, and many more. This can be used to enhance your feminine nature. It can be alluring and seductive as a perfume, and like clary sage, can also get you in the mood. So you could diffuse this one or add it to a diffuser jewelry or something like that. I also want to note here that another way to support your health is to use safe feminine products during your cycle. So do look for products that are chlorine-free with no synthetic pesticides, dyes, or fragrances to them. Those are all things just in the same way that Marion was talking about plastic in her home. That's something that you can be aware of with your cycle as well. Some other complementary oils, the EndoFlex Vitality is a proprietary oil. I know my mom talked earlier about topically applying EndoFlex. The more we've learned about Young Living, some of these oils are generally regarded as safe to internalize. And so this EndoFlex Vitality contains a base of sesame seed oil and is infused with spearmint vitality, sage, geranium, myrtle, nutmeg, and German chamomile. So depending on how you'd like to either take it internally in a capsule or in water, or rub directly on, this is the place where I've always, and mom always showed on her ovaries to apply it topically. But the blend supports your endocrine system, which means healthy, happy hormones. Also, Sclerescence Vitality supports overall wellness for women. It contains clary sage, peppermint, Spanish sage, and fennel. That supports digestion and reduces occasional bloating that can be a common feeling during your menses. It is also beneficial for balancing hormones. So if you didn't know that about Sclerescence, I know I have one, a Vitality Sclerescence I got a few months ago on of Essential Rewards. That would be a time and a place to use Sclerescence Vitality, maybe in a glass of water, maybe in a cup of warm tea, or enjoy after soothing with Dragon Time oil massage, because that also, Dragon Time also comes in a massage bottle as well with the diluted oils and the massage oil. All right, let's see. We also have, oh, I thought we had one more. Oh, that was it. Those were the two. Okay, so Sclerescence. So we went through these. Sclerescence and EndoFlex Vitality, Clary Sage, Dragon Time, Lady Sclerol. Anything else, Andrea or Deborah, you would mention about those? I want to do one more announcement of a giveaway winner, and then we'll read our last question for giveaway, and then I'll wrap this up.
One of the things, oils that's not on here, but Joy oil is a really good oil to pull out during your cycle, no matter what your age. Bottoms of feet if it's too strong for you, but Joy during these times as a woman that we embrace.
I think there's a joke in there too. Andrea, isn't that a favorite one in your house?
Oh yeah, I mean, it's either Joy or it's Dragon Time. I get so ticked off when all of a sudden I smell Dragon Time on Andy. I'm like, So here's the story. When we first started using oils 13 years ago, Joy came in the starter kit, and he knew that it worked for me when I was hormonal, that it helped me to just like chill out and not be super testy. And so we were driving, I don't remember where we were driving one time, we're in the car and I was arguing about something, I guess, or just being, I don't know. I don't remember the scenario, but anyway, he says, have you put on any Joy recently? So that's been the joke for the last 13 years. Anytime that like I'm in a bad mood, it's, have you put on any Joy recently? But what I've noticed in the last like year or so, that week before my cycle, all of a sudden I will smell Dragon Time on him. He won't say anything to me because he knows that it annoys me that week before if he mentions putting something on for my mood. But he'll be wearing Dragon Time, like, yeah, I smelled that on you, Andy. I get the message. But Dragon Time, I love, love, love. I was just saying in the chat that I literally the week before my period, I will just like sniff it, like deep breathe, smell Dragon Time from the bottle. I cannot get, like, I crave that scent. And it's because of the hormone support that it's giving. It's pretty cool. All right, let's do a quick giveaway. Terry, T-E-R-I, you could give me your last name in the chat thread. That would be awesome. You are going to win a $20 credit. And then our last question. Oh, I just lost it there. Okay. If you could share one thing about your health that you would like to maintain, you choose to maintain as you age, what is it? Go ahead and throw those answers in the chat. You're muted, Ange.
And while you're doing that, I just want to remind you again, if you're brand new tonight and this information about hormones has been interesting to you and you have no idea how to get started, we want you to go back to the person who invited you to this class, because they're going to recommend that you become a wholesale member. And there's no scary like fine print or contract that says, you are going to have to sell a certain amount of product or do anything with your kit other than buy your essential oils and then get everything else. Oh gosh, let's go ahead and turn that off since my phone rang on my thing as well. Let's see if we can bring that back. Where'd we go? We'll share, bring your shared window to the front. Okay, forget it. So So anyway, you get 24% off everything that we've talked about tonight off that retail pricing by becoming a wholesale member. All you need to do is order one of the premium starter kits. And you guys, just today, they have given a new price point on the Thieves kit, on the Ningxia Red kit. We didn't talk much about Ningxia Red, but we did talk about the sustained energy that's available through Ningxia Red, a must-have for women of any age, especially as you are, promoting a healthier lifestyle by exercising and getting out there. The Ningxia kit, the Thieves kit are both smaller price points. So is the Welcome Home kit, which starts with 8 essential oils, or you can always go for the premium starter kit at $165. You guys, such a value because it comes with a diffuser, 12 of our most popular oils, including some really great ones for just getting yourself into that balanced mode, right? Of stress away and valor and lemon, vitality and thieves. I mean, all the things that you need to just start a healthier lifestyle. We have been completely pleased over the last few years, like Andrea mentioned, and we've said since the beginning, we've been using the products for about 13 years. Not soon after we got started, we got on Essential Rewards, which is a monthly ordering program. Your only commitment is to order 50 PV per month, and you can switch it up to be different products that you choose. Now, I will tell you that my Essential Rewards order processed last week. So today I got on and ordered some things that I knew were on the discontinued list or had just been released on What's New Wednesday, so that I could get those delivered to my home sooner than next month, right? So you can also make that decision as well. Do your monthly order, but then also place a separate order for some of the things like the Doge Eyes. If that was a supplement that you really wanted to try out, you might want to get a few bottles of it before it goes, before it becomes discontinued. I also want to invite you, if you have not checked out the Living Well Now units, our lifestyle units, that's a great way for you to get more education. If you've loved these Wednesday classes, know that we are saving these videos, but we are also saving the content for in the unit section of our lifestyle group. That's our exclusive product users group just for members and people who are on this journey to do this healthier lifestyle. One of the things that benefits us so much is doing this as a community, finding out stories from each other. That's why every Wednesday at 5 o'clock, we'll be coming live. Next week, Andrea is going to do an introductory class going over those essential oils in the premium starter kit. In fact, Andrea, what are you calling that? It's a hippie, modern day hippies class or something?
The secrets of the modern day hippie.
Right? Right? I think when I first met Andrea, I don't think that was in her repertoire at all. And so it's pretty cool to see the transformation that happens when we start just dropping oils into our lifestyles and helping other people realize the same. The last thing I want to mention is that some of us are teaching and sharing this as a business. Both my mom and Andrea and I have been blessed to be making an income with Young Living for the last 5 years consistently. We're in the habit of creating thousandaires on our team, people and families who are earning $1,000 a month or more with their Young Living business. So if that opportunity appeals to you, and we've got a few people on the call tonight, we do want to make sure that you get and receive a 4-year career book to learn more about the business opportunity and get invited to our next call. So do reach out to me, Angela Lehman, on Facebook if you choose as a message. I'll send you a 4-year career so that you can take a peek at what the business has to offer you. Andrea, who is our 4th winner? And then let's wrap up our evening together. Guys, thanks again for joining us.
Okay, our 4th winner is, it says iPhone Hillary. So Hillary, if you can really quickly put in the messages who you are, last name, we'll get that $20 credit to you.
And obviously, you guys, we thank you so much for your stories. We thank Sonia and Marion, Andrea and Deborah for sharing tonight as well. We know that each person is created by God uniquely for a purpose, and we are super grateful that you chose to spend this hour with us. As we close out tonight, many blessings on your journey. Thank you for making Young Living and Living Well Now part of that this evening, and we'll look forward to seeing you the next time. Bye, friends.